Blue Beetle. Is this the MCU's worst movie? Hold up. This a DCU movie? Yikes. What's up, man?
Look, man, you already know it's the DCU, man. DCEU, you know it's the best.
I I don't think so. I think this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. When it comes to a comic book movie, it's not good. It's honestly, we're gonna go over it, but it's a Marvel movie, and I'm gonna go over all the reasons why this is a Marvel movie.
All right, well, then let's go ahead and get right to it. You already know Cinema Showdown. We definitely look at these, and we're going to hit it off real nice and smooth. So,
Let's
first
go.
is first. Blue Beetle. Is it a flop or not?
All right, look, I'm gonna start this off real quick. It's a flop. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the numbers. All right, so it has 125 million worldwide with 104 million budget. Trash. Straight trash. All right, I'm not a big DC fan. I've seen a handful of the movies. And I know most of them flopped, but this one is terrible. And it's a Marvel movie. It's not. They had a whole template of how they wanted to make the movie, and it was based on a Marvel's template. And I know James Gunn, he made a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and he coming over there and he's running DC now. So he's gonna bring his own style over to the DCU. And I can tell that if he had anything with writing this, it's a Marvel movie. So I want you to go ahead and tell me it's not.
First of all, it's not a Marvel movie, but what I will say though is that for its expectations, it did not flop though. If it's a DC movie in general, they all done bad. Pretty much each and every one. This one, respectful, family oriented, comedic relief. Absolutely beautiful. I loved it personally. So
Okay, so just because you like it, and just because all of the other DC movies flop, don't mean that this movie was successful.
well, I'm not
It
saying
wasn't.
okay, monetarily, of course, it didn't do what it wanted to do. But surprisingly, it's probably one of the best DC movies out there. You can't name a better DC movie than this one. You can't.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was trash.
Not the
No, the
first one, the
sequel?
second one. The second one.
Oh, you're right. You mean when they absolutely did nothing?
When they had a good action scene at the beginning of the movie where people got shot up and killed and they got betrayed, and it was you actually cared about the characters.
It's
and they
rated
actually had a
R.
big battle.
Just okay. How about this? How about you take that movie and make it a PG-13 movie, and you tell me if it's still better?
Probably not. But
That's what I'm trying to say. This was a family-oriented movie for a reason, and it brought the family orient. It captivated every single thing it was supposed to. Everything.
so you think for what it's for, it succeeded.
That's what I'm trying to say. For what it was supposed to do, add a comedy, want you to love the character, and then bring in some pretty cool fight scenes and good CGI. I'm sorry, bro. That's a dub.
I don't think anyone loved this character.
What?
I don't think anyone left that movie thinking, "Oh, I can't wait to see Blue Beetle 2," or "I want to see how he interacts with Spider-Man and Wonder Woman."
It's
and
not
all them."
MCU. He is the DC. That's
Okay. They still cross paths.
you kill me. I'm gonna tell you now. You kill me. You kill me.
Okay.
I don't like it. Perfect. Character development.
Okay.
Let me
tell me how-
start this. All I'm gonna say
Let's go.
is that this character again was laughable, lovable, and legit. The 3 L's. There's nothing better than the Blue Beetle getting his powers, and he was already a trying person. I felt his struggle as a character. I felt his struggle, wanting to do good, having a good moral. Nice guys finish last. All of that was implied into his character, and then developed him into a badass crime fighting masterpiece. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you're saying that the main star had a character development arc that was satisfying to make you want to watch another movie with him.
For a PG-13 movie, absolutely.
For a PG-13 movie.
Absolutely.
So was Lieutenant Carapax a better story than him? Wouldn't you have rather see the backstory of Lieutenant Carapax when they touched him and we saw his backstory where he got kidnapped and he was in the jungle and they made him a child soldier and they turned him into a robot and they made him just war weapon to go after anybody that she wanted it. Don't you think that would have been a better movie?
Would you have wanted to see that movie?
Yes.
And if it was PG-13? That's what I am trying to say, is that if it was rated R, you can make any good movie with rated R, because all you have to do is add the gore, add more maturity, and then you feel like it's more set for you. When you're looking at a family-friendly movie, this is what you get. And when the characters are family, the grandma, the family, the dad, like the passing away of the father, they showed him as the leader of the family so many times just to get you involved with them. Even the antagonist, the woman, her greed, she fought and killed her way to the top, and she used people. That character development was perfect. It was perfect.
Coming out this movie, do you honestly think that you care about any of these characters? I don't care about not one character other than the guy who died.
I care about Blue Beetle.
Okay. You care about him. You care about, he's just a bland, average, normal guy who just got powers randomly.
I didn't care if anybody died in that movie because of how hard he had to work to get the powers and get there. But the fact that they still gave me a death, that right there is what I said. I'm going to call good writing and good character engagement. We saw his mind change right in front of our eyes from being this good, I don't want to kill person, to I want revenge. That's what I want to see in my characters. That was brilliant.
Okay. We're going to eventually get on to the next topic where I'm just going to list off a whole bunch of things bad about this movie. So let's just go ahead. I've been holding back.
Oh.
Okay. It's Blue Beetle MCU knockoff. Let me get to my list here. Yep, I am going to read off my list for all you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Okay. DC wants to make a Marvel movie so bad, and here's why. Basically, he's a Latino Peter Parker with an Iron Spider suit, and he has a female Jarvis in his suit. He lost his father figure, just like Spider-Man. There was a scene where he saw his father in the afterlife, just like Black Panther. His father dusted away like half of the characters in Infinity War. He has a device in his body that's keeping him alive, just like Iron Man. The MacGuffin in the movie was a scarab, just like in Moon Knight. The Blue Beetle suit was basically made by tech that's part of a corporation, just like Ant-Man. They cut a bus in half, just like the Shang-Chi movie. He has a lovable comic relief family, just like Miss Marvel. His sister had this big blue hand power punch, just like Miss Marvel. The good guy and the bad guy have the same powers, just like almost every Marvel movie. And Jennifer Cord, who's probably the best character in the whole movie for reasons, she wanted to stop making weapons after her weapons was used against her, just like Tony Stark. So,
look,
is that not a Marvel movie?
What you're not going to do is try to sit there and act like they took a superhero movie from other superhero movies. That's all of them. Every superhero movie has the same type of story arc. It's not a you can't be a knockoff of superhero because that's the genre. That's how it is. It's like trying to rap and say, well, you're a knockoff of Lil Wayne because you rapped. Rap is rap. That's what rap is. You're just gonna rap. They are superhero genre. Give me superhero stuff. Give me action. Give me death. Give me something that the main character has to go and strive for. I think that they put this together perfectly because this is how the story is supposed to go. It was perfect. Rising action and climax with his father dying, change of character to a conclusion of him finding himself again. That right there is any movie, and they did it to perfection with Blue Beetle.
I admit to you that some of those things I named was nitpicking, and some of those things are in every superhero show. The dusting off, though, him going to see his father in the afterlife and him dusting off. I've never seen a movie where a character turned into dust and faded away until Infinity
He has
Wars.
an alien being in his mind. Like, what do you expect to happen?
And the best character probably was the grandmother. We didn't even discuss it.
Not the uncle? Not the uncle.
He wasn't funny. He was not funny.
He was.
He was not funny, and he's a comedian in real life.
Oh no, that's bad. That's pretty bad.
Yep.
Oh man, we got to do better as the uncle. We got to do better as the uncle, though. Well,
so the action, I will admit, it was solid action in the movie. I will admit that. Okay, let me take this back. When there was action, it was solid. I actually kept a timer. It took 30 minutes before there was any action. The first action was when he was flying around in his suit.
This is not the Expendables, though. Of course. I mean, it's a movie. You want us to?
Okay, but shouldn't a movie bring you into it? Shouldn't a movie have something in the first 5 to 10 minutes of it to kind of like, oh, I want to continue to watch this? Nothing happened until the 30-minute mark that made me want to keep it. Keep in mind, I watched it at 1:00 in the morning, so I was already struggling. But nothing kept me up, and then even when the action came, I just didn't care. I just didn't care. There was limited action, but when it was action, it was okay. It was fine.
Look, I think you have it all wrong. I think what you're missing is that it's not what the action or when the action took place. It's how was the action. The action was amazing. His powers were so diverse. You kind of get to see this, kind of get to see this. And then until the end scene, that's when he realized, wait, if I can imagine it, it can transpire. And then he pulled out the cloud sword? Come on, come on, bro. He did it, and then not also that you have to understand this character is already he already plays in karate shows, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that he plays in karate shows, you know he's fighting for real. These are real, man. I'm just trying to say that these action scenes, even when he first met the antagonist, and the antagonist was like, I'm about to punch you, and he caught the hand like Spider-Man, and oh dang, I should have said that. Dang, that is an MCU reference. But he caught that hand. He caught the hand, and then he just gone ahead and put on his suit like Iron Man. Damn, he did put on a suit like Iron Man, wasn't it? It looked like nanotech. But regardless, he put that suit on after he caught that hand. Bro.
Yep. And the suit transformed on him just like Iron Man, just like Moon Knight, just like the Iron Spider suit. You know what I mean? We could keep naming MCU.
Oh, so DCU characters don't have suits that just dawn on them like that?
I mean, DCU, they do have characters with powers that are stolen by other people. I mean, Homelander is just Superman. I mean, we all know that. We're okay with that.
Okay.
Omni-Man is Superman.
But there's nobody like Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is Blue Beetle. Nobody's like Blue Beetle.
He's Latino Peter Parker.
No, Spider-Man can't do what Blue Beetle does.
Because the suit just did whatever it wanted. It did whatever the plot wanted it to do. I'm sure he could have turned his suit into a ninja star. He could have turned it into a rocket launcher, a slingshot, whatever power they said, turned it into. And that sucks.
That sucks as a power?
Sucks. Because it makes him invincible and he can do whatever he wants.
All right, so look, this is what we need to do right here. We need to rate this thing from 1 to 10. Give me a rating.
I'm giving it a 2. And I'm going to say it with my Baltimore accent. It's a 2. All right. It was boring. Like I said, the action scenes were okay, but everything in between it was boring. It was an MCU movie. There was a scene with a spaceship they were flying around, a little beetle ship. It farted. And that was supposed to be funny, and it wasn't. His uncle is a comedian in real life, and he wasn't funny. I only laughed at one scene, and it was in the first 7 minutes of the movie. DCU is dead, and I'm done with that. That's my rating, a 2. And I'm only giving it a 2 because it looked like it was well shot. It was well shot. That's it. And his girlfriend was pretty.
She was extremely adorable, wasn't she?
Yep.
I don't know how old she is though, so I don't want to say she's like fine as hell. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though, she was very attractive though. So look, man, I gotta give it a 6.3. I gotta give it a 6.3 to be honest with you. 6.3 because most of the DC, I just want you to know, most of the DC films, I give it a 3 tops is the highest I normally go for most of these DC films. So a 6.3 is low key like the average person's 10. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was fun. It was family oriented. It felt PG-13, which is what it's supposed to do. It brought you into the character and made you a little bit more interested in who the character is and his powers. You didn't have any questions after it. Not one question. It answered everything within the whole storyline. Who is this antagonist? Why are they doing this? It answered it. Where did this scarab come from? It answered it. Why did it choose him? It answered it. It answered every single question that you needed to be answered. It was a complete film, all the way up to the climax of his father dying, to his mood changing, to him changing, for him and his woman, him and his love interest falling together even harder, for his family getting involved and helping him, making you remember you can't do without family. This movie is what the DC movies need to be like going forward. I'm sorry. For PG-13. If it's rated R, I'm giving it a 1. For PG-13, it gets a 6.3. I'm just saying.
Agree to disagree.
Like, it wasn't boring. There was nothing about this movie that was boring.
I just fell asleep listening to your speech, and your speech was way more entertaining than the movie. And that's all I have to say about it. Guys, look, don't forget to like and subscribe. Real Critics Cinema Showdown. Till the next one.
Until the next one.